Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to part 3 of our 3-part series getting started with the 737 MAX. Now if you didn't see part 1 or part 2, go back to my channel, see part 1, see part 2, and then pick up on part 3 and follow part 3. Now remember, they're not technical tutorials. They are based for people who are just getting started with Flight Simulator or the 737. It's designed just for casual fun flyers to get you up off the ground, get you up flying and having fun in your 737. Okay, so I do everything the simple way, the easy way, and because I'm just a casual fun flyer, and that's all I'm showing in these videos. They're not tutorials. I'm just showing you how I get the most fun that I can and out of this aircraft, and I just do it the way I do it. Okay, it's not a full-on study level simulator, so there's not all the stuff that you would like to do or you can do. It's just basic, but it is a lovely airplane and it is lovely to fly. Okay, so if you followed part 1 and part 2, today in part 3 we're going to do cruise, we're going to do our descent. Our final leg, we're going to intercept our final approach, and we're going to do an ILS landing. So fun times, it's going to be an exciting video. Okay, so here we go. Let's continue where we left off. We are cruising up the coast from San Diego to Los Angeles, and we're at around about 10,000 feet, 9,920 to be exact. And we're cruising at 298 knots. Okay, so we're cruising away at a nice speed, and we're at 9,000 feet. Now I didn't go to 25,000 feet or 30,000 feet. It's a very short hop. We'll be just wasting time, wasting petrol, wasting fuel. So we're just going to cruise down at 10,000 feet, and we're going to start our descent very, very soon. But it's a good time to do a little bit of announcements and maybe serve some yummy snacks.
Attention all passengers, we will be serving our in-flight meal shortly with your choice of red or white wine. Please return to your seats so that we may serve you more easily. Enjoy your meal.
Okay, and I'm going to have one of those delicious croissants with bacon and egg and cheese in the middle, slightly toasted. Ooh, doesn't that sound good? You got to have good tucker on your flights, guys. You got to have good tucker. Got to keep the captain happy and the first officer happy. Okay, we're about getting closer, so we're going to start our descent now.
From the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We're going to be landing in, about 20 minutes, so I'd appreciate it if you would return to your seats and fasten your seat belts at this time. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we begin our approach, we ask that you please check. Make sure that your seatbelts are securely fastened, low and tight across your lap. Please return your seat backs and tray tables to their full upright lock position. If you've had occasion to use your carry-on items, please make sure that they are safely stored underneath the seat in front of you or in the overhead enclosed bin. Also, if you're using any type of electronic device, if you would please turn it off until we are approaching the gate.
Okay, so to start our descent, I'm going to go down to 4,000 feet initially. It's going to take us a while to get there because we're just going to do a nice, slow, gentle descent. People are eating their food and their snacks and drinking their coffee, so we don't need to go down too steeply. So there we go. I've set that at 4,000 feet. Vertical speed. I want a descent, but I want a nice, gentle one, not too much. So there we go. Minus 1,400 for our descent there. And I'm going to bring our speed down a little bit too. Okay, so that's set. We've set that. And we will also. Okay, our plane has started to descend. Going to bring our speed down to 200 knots. Actually, you're not supposed to go over 200 knots if you're at 10,000 feet. You've got to be over 10,000 feet if you want to go over 200 knots. So I probably should have gone up to 11,000 feet, okay? I'll remember that on my next flight. If you want to travel over 200 knots, then you go to at least 11,000 feet, okay? Those are the road rules. Okay, so we're descending down to 4,000 feet. I've set my vertical speed to minus 1,400. LNAV is on, autopilot is on, auto throttle is on, flight director is on. So we're on our nice, gentle, slow descent now. You can see my speed coming down. You can see our altitude coming down here. Beautiful day here. A few little clouds, but you can see the coastline up to Los Angeles. Just beautiful. Now we are down to 4,000 feet, cruising along quite nicely and happily. And we're at 200 knots. And you can see we are starting our turn to the left now. And we will be on the downward leg of our route. And then we'll have a turn to the right and we will intercept our final approach. There is the big smoke over there, Los Angeles, just on the other side of this peninsula. So as we get closer to our right hand sweep to intercept the final approach, we will bring our speed down a little bit. And we want to be at 3,000 feet when we start our final approach. Now I have discovered the key to a good butter landing. The key to a butter landing, as everyone says. The butter landing. Everyone wants a butter landing. The key to the butter landing, apparently, is in the approach. Okay? This is what I've discovered. You be ready for your landing way before you need to be ready. So a landing is only as good as the approach. Be at the right speed way before you get there. Be at the right altitude way before you get there. Have your plane configured, your flaps down, your wheels down, everything right. Particularly at the right speed is very important, and the right altitude. Having your wheels down, of course, is also very important. Make sure you finished your croissant and put your coffee away, because things do get rather busy at landing time, okay? You haven't got time to sip on your lattes and flat whites and munch away on your croissant. So make sure that's all done, cleaned away and put away, so you get 100% focus on your landing. So be ready for the landing way before you need to be ready. That's my philosophy. So I'm getting closer now to the right hand sweep. So I'm going to very slowly and gently and happily bring my altitude down to 3,000, because when I'm on my final approach, when I start my final approach, I want to be at 3,000. I know it's possibly a bit early, but like I said, I'd rather be too early than too late, alright? I don't want to be too fast or too high as I'm coming in to a landing. Don't need to bring our speed down just yet. We've got plenty of time to do that. The plane can bleed off speed very, very fast, I've discovered. So I'm not too worried about that. It's crucial thing is just to make sure you are at the right altitude. Now I've set it down to 3,000. Remember, I also need to set my vertical speed down. I want a minus this time. A minus 1,400. So it's a nice, gentle, slow, happy descent. Now we're cruising along quite happily here, just waiting till we get to the stage where we swoop round to the right. I'm at a good speed. I'm at 200 knots and I'm at 3,000 feet. Got my water here. Drinking a lot of water today. I put on about 2 kg over Christmas. That is unbelievable, isn't it? 2 kgs over that sort of few days period where you're just eating like a horse. So I'm on a bit of a diet now. I go for a brisk walk every morning, a long brisk walk. I've cut the size of my, no more snacks, no more cakes and biscuits and these kind of things. Skip when I'm flying, of course. I've got to eat the food from the galley. I've got to, the hostesses or the cabin crew serve up nice food. I've got to eat that, Yeah, so I'm on a diet and I'm not happy about it. I am suffering, okay, I'm suffering. But you know, you do these things, to stay healthy. Hopefully you live longer. And the PDMG 737, it's on its way. I want to see that in my lifetime if I can. So I've got to try and live longer so I can actually see that happen in a reality. I would like to see that in my lifetime. Yeah, what more can I say? Okay, so very soon we're starting our right hand swoop, and we'll be getting we'll be intercepting our final approach. We can do another announcement though, get the passengers prepared.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we request that you store your electronic devices until we are safely parked at the gate. We also ask that you extinguish all smoking materials. In final preparation for landing, please make sure your seat backs are straight up, your tray tables are stowed, and any carry-on luggage you may have brought on board with you is underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. The flight attendants will be passing through the cabin one last time to do their final compliance check and pick up any remaining cups and glasses.
And we're now under 200 knots. I will start bringing some flaps down. Okay, it's a very slow, gentle swoop round to the right. We got all the time in the world to prepare our plane for landing. Bring my flaps down a little bit more. Did you see Santa this Christmas? I heard a story about Santa actually. It was probably back a couple of years ago. All Santa's reindeer went on strike. That's right, they downed tools, they stopped work, they wouldn't touch any gifts or presents. All the reindeer went on strike, no work. They were striking for better work conditions, better pay, better food. Just they wanted to be, you know, they wanted their whole lifestyle and their whole living wage to come up. They just wanted to be treated a lot better and earn themselves a lot more cash, okay? They wanted a lot more out of life. So they went on strike and wouldn't do anything for Santa. And of course this is a pressure time to go on strike, isn't it? Makes Santa's life pretty stressful at this time of year. Anyway, Santa, being the tough boss that he is and the workaholic that he is, he said one word to the reindeer. That was it. That's all he said. One word. And after he said that word, all the reindeer started working again, harder and faster than they ever have worked in their whole lives. They didn't worry about lunch breaks or coffee breaks. They worked hard and flat out. And all Santa did was mention one word. And you know what the word was? It was venison. Venison. Oh, that's a terrible joke. That's very distasteful. Very distasteful. If you're a vegan out there, I apologise. That is very distasteful, isn't it? It's bloody funny though. Venison. Okay, let's get serious now. Life is going to start getting very, very busy here. We're coming around to intercept the final approach now.
Flight attendants, prepare for landing, please.
So let's start bringing our speed down a little bit more. From 150 we'll come down to 140. Like I said, I want to be at 130 knots when I actually land the plane. Can't quite see the runway yet. But we're going to come up here and we're going to turn on our landing lights. Logo lights can go on. Wing lights are on. Navigation lights are on. And we're all good. Make sure everyone's got their seatbelt on. Okay, we can see that the magenta diamond here is activated, so that's coming over into the middle. And we'll just give it a little while longer, and we're coming around now to be to be lined up with the runway. So I'm going to hit approach hold mode. There we go. So the plane will adjust and get this magenta diamond in the middle, and then we will wait for this other diamond to activate, and then that will come down and sit in the middle, and then we know we are on the glide slope 100%. Our speed is sitting at 140 knots. So let's bring our flaps down. Basically full flaps now. And there's that huge tarmac in the distance. That is Los Angeles, the city of dreams. City that never sleeps. Let's lower our gear. Check, gear down and locked in position. We're at 139 knots. Set my throttle to idle for when I turn off the autopilot. Don't forget, have your throttle down on idle. Learned that trick after a few mistakes in the past. Okay, just waiting for this diamond to activate itself, and then we're on the final glide slope. There we go. It is filled in with the magenta color, so it is activated. So we'll slowly see that come down and lock into the middle there. Let's see if we can get a nice butter landing today. My landings aren't usually butter, are they? My landings are more like peanut butter. Yeah, because there's a few lumps in them, you know? Boom, boom. A few lumps. And there's a nut in the cockpit, I suppose. So a peanut butter landing is probably more descriptive of my my sort of style of piloting and landing skills. But I'm going to try and do better today, guys. I will try and do better. I do cop a bit of flack, okay? I cop a bit of flack from the trolls who are trolling all their websites looking for butter landings. I cop a bit of flack. I do get told off from time to time from the in the comments. Just as well, I don't care. I'm just here to have fun, okay? Right, so we can turn off our map, save our frame rate, and we can turn off my ugly dial. That will save some frame rate as well. And we're coming in as straight as an arrow, and you can see those diamonds are in the middle, so we are officially locked onto the glide slope.
2500.
We can see we are on full flaps. Our gear is down. Landing lights on. We didn't get permission from the tower to land. We haven't done all that on this video. But normally I would work my way through that, but not today. You see, I pretty much followed the ILS all the way down, and my front wheel was not actually in the center of the runway.
It's going to take the captain just a few moments to taxi to the gate, so we ask that you remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the seatbelt sign has been turned off and the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the gate. That will be your only indication that it's safe to get up and move about the cabin. We also ask that you keep the outs clear of any carry-on baggage. This is the termination of our flight this morning, so we ask that you check seat back pockets, closets, and overhead bins for any articles you may have brought with you. Extra care should be taken when opening the overhead bins, as heavy articles may have shifted during our flight. On behalf of your entire flight crew, it's been our pleasure serving you this morning. Have a pleasant stay.
Have a pleasant stay, and thank you for flying with Jet and Airways. Okay, brakes on. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed the series, the 1, 2, and 3. It was helpful. I hope if you're just getting started with the 737 and you just want to get up in the air and have fun, and that's what it's all about. It's not highly technical or detailed. I'm not into that. But I hope it was helpful, just so that you can get into your 737, get up, start flying, and have a bit of fun. I don't do everything technically correct, okay? I'm just a casual, fun flyer. So, anyway, I had a good time, even if you didn't. I enjoyed myself. Okay, guys, so that's it for the series. I'll be back again soon, making more videos. Enjoy the rest of your New Year's. Happy New Year. Have a great night. And remember, never eat more than you can lift, okay? Take care. I'll see you on the next video. Ciao.